have the square root of 5 minus 1 in the denominator. And so this is going to be a little bit trickier than what we've had in the past. So we've got 2 over square root of 5 minus 1. And if we have a situation like this where we're taking a square root and the other thing is not a square root, and we've got, just use the conjugate. That's what we want to do. Think conjugate when we have a two-term expression and one of them is something that is bad to have in our denominator. Just like when we dealt with imaginary numbers. So I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by something. Conjugate. Multiply the top and the bottom by the conjugate, the square root of 5 plus 1. So on the top, we distribute the 2. We have 2 root 5 plus 2. In the denominator, I have to multiply this all the way out. I'm going to distribute the square root of 5. Square root of 5 times square root of 5 is square root of 25. So that was this right here, square root of 5 times square root of 5. Then I have to do the square root of 5 times 1. Well, that's going to be a positive square root of 5. And then I have to distribute the negative 1. Negative 1 times square root of 5 is going to be a negative square root of 5. And then I've got negative 1 times positive 1. And that gives me a negative 1. So I've multiplied this all the way out, and you're saying, hey, Mr. Wachtel, we still got radicals in the denominator. We just have to simplify. Square root of 5 minus square root of 5 is 0. And the square root of 25, that actually is 5. So on the top, we've got this 2 root 5 plus 2 over 5 minus 1. And 5 minus 1, we know what that is too. That's 4. And so now we've gotten rid of that radical in the denominator. And now we just want to see if we can reduce it all. And really, way back here at the beginning, I could have saved some time by not quite multiplying that out. Because if I now pull out a 2, I have square root of 5 plus 1 on the top. I have 4 on the bottom. And 2 over 4 we know reduces to give us 1/2. So that is 1 square root of 5 plus 1 over 2. And that would be our answer. We've gotten rid of the radical in the denominator.